In this video I'm going to be showing you me painting my eastern bluebird ocarina. I'm also going to have footage of actual eastern bluebirds that nested in the birdhouse in our yard. I have some of that footage near the beginning of the video, and then the best footage of the eastern bluebirds is at the end of the video, so make sure that you watch until the end. Enjoy! I'm going to be painting my eastern bluebird ocarina that I made in my last video. That looks like this now that it's been fired. I looked up some pictures of eastern bluebirds on the internet, and I'm going to be looking at those to get the colors. They have a little bit of like a rust color on their chest. I'm going to use some burnt sienna. That's another bottle of that. And some white under their chest. And then blue, which is where they get their name bluebird, on their back feathers. And then some black. There's some black and grays on the back also. This is phthalo blue. And I will also put in some footage of actual bluebirds that nested in my yard that were the inspiration for my ocarina. Okay, so far I've mixed some white with my burnt sienna because it was a little bit on the dark side. And same thing with the blue, the phthalo blue. I've mixed some white with it because it was a little on the dark side. I think I need to put a little bit more white in it. I also mixed some white with the black because the black on the birds are actually more of like a dark gray than a black. And these colors will actually get darker when they dry. There's a few little bumps on here. I'm going to sand off with a little bitty piece of sandpaper before I start painting. Breathing dry clay dust is not good for you, but I'm not going to like make a whole lot of dust. So I'm not going to wear a mask because I'm not making a lot of dust. So I'm doing some dry brush technique with the white into the burnt sienna because it still looks kind of dark, and that dry brush technique makes it look more like feathers. So all the dry brush technique means is you barely have any paint on your paintbrush. So you can do that by just barely dipping it in it, or wiping some off on your palette or a piece of paper towel. Now I need to add some white and gray and a little bit of brown into the blue. It's too much of a solid color, which is not how they really look. I'm doing that dry brush technique again, where I get a lot of the paint off of the paintbrush and then just barely put paint on there. Just dry brush, because your paintbrush is almost dry. And you can see the kind of feathery look that it gives. I also have a little bit of brown, or the burnt sienna, in the blue, so I was trying to get that in there. I got a little too much, so I'm just dabbing some off with some paper towel. Now for some of the blackish gray color that's right in this area. I should say this is the male bluebird, male eastern bluebird, because the female eastern bluebird is not this brightly colored, and just like all of the bird species that I know of, the male is more brightly colored than the female. And I need some more black for the eyes and the beak, which are pretty much completely black. Mixed a little bit of the burnt sienna and white with the black because the beak looks a little bit on the brown side. Okay, that's a pretty good representation of an eastern bluebird. So happy art making. And it still whistles well after being fired and painted.